Hey, what's up, Tamers? It's Dev from DevsUtopia here, and I am with Finn. He has came in first place at the Jesters Gallery Store Championship and secured his invite to nationals. And he played Green Control. So say hi and just tell us like I think there was 4 rounds. Wait, am I
Yep, four
tripping?
rounds.
Yeah, there was four
No,
rounds. What did you go against, and how annoying was it? So
I played against three Lord Nightmons in a row, and then the last round was a purple Lilith loop, which was pretty interesting and fun to go against. It was a change of pace from the first 3 rounds.
wait,
Um,
what? Really? Are you sure? That's crazy. Like, you're telling
but
me that three Lord Nightmons in a row
yeah,
was
man,
just
it wasn't mind numbing or anything.
right,
It was great.
Yeah, dude.
But uh,
Amazing.
I'll actually talk about the matchups as I go because there were certain cards that that helped
Put in
with
more
certain
work
things.
than others, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right,
So I
right.
guess we'll just go right ahead with the eggs. We got four Yoko and one Bud. Four Yoko, obviously, because Digiburst plus 2K is
Right.
great in the Digiburst deck that I'm using. Budmon, I like Budmon because in case I don't Digiburst the egg, I can keep it and like swing over vital things by having that extra 1K. Like Nidhogg mod, if for some reason Nidhogg doesn't go off and I have a Nidhogg, it can be 14 if I swing into something that is also 13.
Right.
Or Refleece will go to even though she has a Digiburst, but if she has only one, she could swing into something for 12, potentially crash and control the board more.
Yeah, I feel that.
Um and that's it for the eggs. Pretty simple stuff. Uh First rookies, we have four Tentomon. And it's oh god, I'm gonna catch so much flack for this, but I don't use Palmon at all.
The on
E- any
deletion one, or do you mean
Either of them, the
either? Okay.
jamming one or the
The
on
cycle
deletion.
fact.
hmm
Right.
I don't think they're necessary unless you're running OTK, in which case you're just ramming into security in one check anyway.
Right.
Um, and this is more control based, so tempo control the things,
Right.
But just to get a search out, because majority of the Digimon in here are green. Tento will fail you once every 5 games, but that 20 or that 80% chance to swing or to get something in your position is a lot better in my opinion.
Right.
Moving on, this is also another odd choice. I have four Lalamon. The reason I have four is because everyone will say you need one to start the loop. If you don't see it, you'll never get it. And I can't tell you that how many times that I used to run two,
Mhm.
and I made the switch the day of the tournament actually. Um, and I used to run two, and I can't tell you the time that I saw both of them in security, and I was just like, yeah, now I don't have a loop. I don't have a consistent rookie in my hand to constantly cycle. So
Right.
having four just increases your chance of seeing it. And once you see it, obviously, all the other rookies you can just either hard play or anything else. That's why I have the four Tento because at that point, if I see one of these, I'm hard playing Tento every time.
Yeah.
Uh, Now the next one is our two costs. We have four Argo. Now you can run two Goblimon over and two Argo. I just like having one set. Um in case I don't know why you would ever be, but like Omnimon, if you would ever have all four of these present, BT1 Omnimon comes out, all of these are kind of dead, but like, that's why the Goblimons. But just your basic two control memory. Uh
Right.
Next we have our MVPs in our Lord Nightmon matchup. Two Terriermon. And it saved me in every single match that I was in. Um, if you have a level 5 Argo and you swing with Fleece or Nidhogg or whatever your level 6 is, and you have this in your hand, you just drop it down suspended, and it becomes a target for that Lord Nightmon because they can't blinding ray. Um, It actually happened in my round three. I had Terriermon just sitting there, and he blinding rate, and I let him do it, but I put the memory counter back to one. And he looked at me, and I just tapped the card. And he goes, "Oh," and I let him take it back, of course, but because he didn't see it or he wasn't like paying that much attention to it. He just thought it was a basic level 3.
You're
But
such
I
a
let him
nice
take it
guy.
back.
You're
Yeah, I
such
let
a
him
nice
take it
guy.
back. He bricked hard as hell, so like it ended up not mattering. He was gonna hard play a level 5 anyway.
I feel that.
But yeah, it also worked out in the purple matchup because they couldn't jack raid. They had to find a way to get rid of it first, then be able to jack raid. So
Right.
it's nice to have like kind of like a scapegoat to like an out. Like it's sitting here, you have to deal with it if you want to combo me. Like it becomes a nuisance for opposing players,
Right.
especially when this game is based around memory gain a lot, at least in this BT4 meta or BT5 meta, excuse me. Next we are moving on to our level 4s. Pretty simple stuff. You have 4 veggie, 6k. Night. It's a great card, honestly. If you're bricked, a nice 4 drop.
Is
Not too
there a
much memory to
reason
the
you
other
run
side.
this instead of Roach?
Roach. Not
Roachmon
gonna
is the 3 drop.
Roachmon.
That's a level
Ooh,
4.
3 drop level 4. It's how much? I mean, how much K is it? How much DP is it?
It's like 3,000 DP.
Yeah, that's probably why. Because I already run 4
Oh, never mind.
Lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need the. I already have my 1 drop 3K. Um,
No, no, no.
in the
It's
six.
like
Oh no,
the
no, I know what you meant 3 hard cost.
three
No,
hard costs,
yeah,
3,000 DP, and
yep.
I'm like, okay, what?
The only reason I don't run it is because if I can't see a level 5 anywhere and I have to hard play something, um, things that run over like Laurel Nightmon, for example, Nightmon can't just
Mm,
outright kill it. Um, the only thing that I guess in yellow you'd
Ultimate
have to like
Flare.
hard go crazy into it. Ultimate Flare also won't kill it if it's
This is a
hard
4 drop.
costed.
Yeah,
Yep.
that makes
Uh,
sense.
yeah. So it's just a bunch of like Vegemon, in my opinion, is just a better drop.
Right.
Unless you're going for like OTK purposes, you're just swinging.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to like in a sense rush you down and beat you as fast as possible. I'm just maintaining tempo, and I feel like the 6K is the best way to do it.
Right.
Um, Weedmon 4 of because obviously Digibursting gaining a memory is really good when you Digiburst with almost everything 5 and above.
Hmm.
Um, and then you have your standard blockers for Kabuterimon. And I actually have one more level 4 in the deck, and it is a Woodmon.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and the reason Woodmon is here is because it's for A for awkward spots, and B, um, it kind of goes in turn with the Vegemon. So if I need a blocker, I have a 5K block or a 6K blocker right here, and Shoutmon can't blast through it with its effects.
Right.
So I guess that's the only like saving grace. Is also like say if they leave me at 1 memory, because they go first, and I have this in hand, I can digivolve a rookie and then give them 1 back instead of giving them 2, or 2 or more.
Right.
So it's just like a flex play. You could do more or less up to you. This card could be an extra level 5, uh, an extra mini anything. This is a flex card right here. It does not need to be in the deck. I use it because I like seeing level 4s. Moving on to 5s, we have Lylamon. Lylamon is this is your carry here, so to speak, outside of your level 6. If you need anything gone, if they push anything up too quickly, you bring this out. You Digiburst 2, potentially even give yourself 2K with Yoko. And if you don't need to, if you have Budmon under, you keep Budmon, it becomes 8K. If
Right.
you swing into something, um, but swinging into something of 8K, swinging over things is just really being able to suspend things, um, that even lead into a Nidhogg would be even cooler if you
Right.
would have that set up. But I guess that's it for Layla. Armon's just really good being able to suspend something.
There's a
And
reason it's a 4 of in every Rafflesimon control deck.
you know, and even having even not even setting up for Nidhogg, if you have a Refleece next to a Lylamon, when it digibursts, its second digiburst effect, Rafflesimon goes off. Even if you can't digiburst with it, you can still stun something with this card if Rafflesimon's on the field, which I think is really awesome.
Doesn't it have to have like a tamer for its inheritable too?
Oh yeah, for the inheritable,
Yeah.
yeah, you need a tamer to when it's swinging to
Right.
suspend something, which is also really cool. If you have Mimi, you're kind of just digivolving into this every turn for free. It's just the freest level 5. Tamers mixed in with this card are so good.
Right.
I guess moving on from there, people normally run 3, but I run 4 Bellossamon because yeah, I think they're really good. I think being able to digivolve for free is broken in this game. Being able to draw practically for free, especially if you're if especially if you're already gonna just end the turn on Nidhogg anyway, you don't need
Right.
to keep it suspended. So you could just digivolve for free, draw, and you're still sitting at 3+ memory on especially if it's the beginning of your turn. And obviously, the last level 5 is Argamon. Uh,
Still such a good card, even though it got limited to one.
yeah, as I was saying earlier, I was able to just sit tight in the back over here. I digivolved Argamon. Next turn, I promoted Replace. I was able to get um, a Terriermon down against a Lord Nightmon player, and he couldn't Blinding Ray, and he was stuck at 1.
Right.
So it was able to just maintain memory choke, so they don't be able to Blinding Ray, and it forces them to either overextend to kill the Lotmon or more. And I think that's just really good. A good level 5, and that works whenever you're attacking in general. So, moving on, I think that was it for level 5s. There's 9 of them boys in there. Moving on to the sub MVP of the deck, Rafflease. Rafflease, Rafflesimon, however you want to pronounce it.
I can't pronounce Digimon. I cannot pronounce them Digimon names for the life of me. Trust me,
Rafflesimon,
someone in the comments
Rafflesimon.
will correct us
Somebody
eventually.
would tell me how to say it, but I
Right.
say Rafflesimon. Um, this card's really good, being able to Digiburst to gain 2K, and if you Digiburst that along with a Yoko, you get plus 4K to
Swinging
plus
over
yeah plus
everything.
4K to one target. Yeah, swinging over everything except Zwart, which is a
Omnimons with 15s, right?
yeah
All
Zwart's of
Omnimons.
15. No, not all of them. Zwart's the strongest with 15. Every other one has 14.
Remember, there's set one Omnimon. Well, we don't see it anymore, but there's like Omnimon, Omnimon Alter S, Zord.
Oh, true, true.
Yeah.
So yeah, hitting those would be unfortunate. But normally, I think the most common thing that I saw is Zwart, and being able to just at least go even with it, crash into it if it's on field, is
Right.
really nice. And be also, or even if you don't want to, just being able to stun it. It's just from stopping it from swinging, activating its effect to kill this thing.
Right.
Even is even better. Um, in that matchup. But Refleece is just a good mon. Nothing much left to say about it. Running the mill. And now the true MVP, Nidhogg.
At 4.
Nidhogg is such a crazy card. I used to run this. I actually used to run this at 3, and I used to have one Grand Kawagamon just in case I ever needed it.
Mhm.
Because it used to, if I was controlling tempo very well, I could just bring Grand Kawagamon and just go for game that turn. Um, but being able to have 4 and just see this and say you're off to a bad start, like I was off to a really bad start in a game 2 situation, and he had Lord Nightmon and he swung with it. He put Bushy. He didn't swing with the Bushy, but he had that and he had a Pitomon out and a Pulsemon, and it was game over next turn. Top deck of Nidhogg. I had a Lylamon in the back. I Nidhogg. I take control of the game now.
Right.
The game is mine. If I have HBD, I'm even more in charge now. I'm even more in charge because I just did you ball for free and I just cleared your entire board. Um, so yeah, that's why I like to run this at 4 instead of at 3 and one Nidhogg or one thing. But like I said, if I wanted to keep that Grand Kawagamon, because I do run so we're gonna get into it in a second, I could take that Cherrymon, turn it into a Grand Kawagamon. I'd have more 6s, but I guess the ratio wouldn't be that bad. I might even test that. I might test that. We'll see. But that's it for level 6s. Moving on, I guess got level 7s. We run 2 Chaosmon. And the reason for not running Volder Arm, I thought about running 1-1, but in almost every situation that I'm not using Nidhogg and I'm stuck with Refleece, I would rather have Refleece buff me too, and then be able to swing over anything in the game. Anything. On my turn. Because there are some cards like Black. I actually playing some webcam earlier, played a black tape or black who had all turns this card gets +1. So it was always at something that I couldn't hit. Or it would always be something I couldn't hit. And also if it's 16, if something does eventually be able to get to like 14 or higher or 15 or higher on your turn, Valder Arm can't deal with it. So this is, I guess, my way of dealing with those things. So being able to swing into it and also being able to do piercing. You're giving up the 3 memory on deletion, but I feel like being able to control board state with this card, like more so than other things. Because like if you're a fleece and you stun something, you can just run into something, the other thing, and then deal with it later. Right. Like Lylamon in the back or something. So I feel like Chaosmon is the better pick, but I can understand having either.
Right. It's a really good combo if you really want to swing into a suspended Digimon and you just stun a what's it called? A blocker.
Yeah, stun a blocker. Yep, stun a blocker, swing into something that's bigger.
Right.
And I guess the last couple of cards is 1 HPD. This would definitely be. I would if it was not limited. I would even play 2. I would only play 2. I don't think you need more than that.
Right.
Or if you wanted to run 3, you could lower your Mimis. But I play 3 Mimis. The only reason I play 3, because I could see it going to 2, because you only really need 2. The only reason I put it in 3, it increases the chance of it being in security, and it increases the chance of it being you seeing it early on. And if you see this card early on, you develop so quickly it makes no sense. If you see this card turn 1, if you can't put them at if you put them at 1, turn 2, if you just play this card raw, turn 2, it presents so much value for you. And I guess more so than because like obviously other memory setters are just that good too, but this one being in a sense that if Lylamon's there, you get a free draw. You can, if you have something here or if you have if you didn't have a rookie that turn, and you have a hard play level 5, you can and you draw a rookie, you can bring that up immediately and swing with it if you need to. It could be vital for swinging for game at last turn. So if you have like Lylamon on field, you could hatch. If you have 2 of them, excuse me, you could hatch and then tap 2 of them to bring it up and swing for game. Mimi is just such a good card. Having it at anything other than 2 is blasphemy in my personal opinion. But who am I to talk? I'm not that good.
Yeah, right. You just didn't get your invite to nationals or nothing this past weekend or nothing. Like
that's man, crazy. Listen, man,
that's crazy. That's crazy. You're not like going to be on my future competitive team or nothing like that, and we're gonna just fly out to nationals. Nothing. No, of course not. Right? Like.
That's the deck profile. I love the deck. Like I said, I might make a couple of tweaks to it. And if there were any tweaks, it'd be the change in that level 4. I could possibly even go to 4 Mimis.
Is there any preferred stacks that you just love to see?
My favorite stack will always be this right here.
Oh, okay.
This setup right here is perfect because I come in, I promote, I digivolve for 3 because I'm at 3, and I tap, I hatch, I get more. And
Right.
I digiburst 2 to get my memory, and then Lala goes back to hand. So when I tap this, I automatically have Lala.
Right. You
It's my
suspend
favorite.
something, can potentially swing into
Exactly.
something. Right.
Exactly. And even so, and even then, let's say I already have this here. Um, I promote, and I'm at 3 because I didn't digivolve yet. I can even digiburst 2, get my memory, go to 4, digivolve, go to 1, digiburst 2 more. Now I'm getting plus 4K. You're suspended. I'm at 15,
Right.
and now I'm swinging into you. And I still tap, and I still get this. And then if I have another one in my hand, I can just swing there.
And now you're swinging for 15 if you don't go into Chaos Mind. But when you go into
Exactly.
Chaos Mind, you're even
Chaos
stronger.
Mind, it's sitting. You're sitting at even more DP.
Right. Has there been
So that's
times where you digivolved over Rafflesimon with over Rafflesimon?
yeah, actually, it was I did it in my round 2. Um, I had to digivolve. I had 3 of Fleecy in my hand, and I had recently just digibursted it everything away to stun some stuff, or to stun things and get over something. He didn't kill it the next turn. So I had 3 memory, and I digivolved, and I digivolved, and then I did it to stun his Lord Nightmon because I
Right.
didn't have I didn't have a way of dealing with it at the time. So I just bought myself some time by digivolving, and with those 2 draws, I was actually able to get to Lylamon to in my to get to Lylamon, and I digivolved in my raising and gave him 2 memory or whatever, and I was able to suspend it and stun it again. Stun it again, but I didn't have to stun it because when I digibursted 2 from the Lila, there was a Lyokomon, so I gave it plus 2K, so it was able to swing over the Lord Knight because he didn't have anything else on field except the Lord Knight.
Right.
So I was able to suspend it and swing over it. But so yes, there has been times where I've had to digivolve this over. Even I've even had to digivolve it over a Nidhogg. Because the Nidhogg just couldn't do anything at the time. So I digivolved. I had 2 refleets. I would or even digivolve 1 just to see what I get. And if
Right.
I'm stuck, I'll digivolve again with
If
another
your hand's
refleet. So
clogged up and everything, you just want to get
yeah.
these level sixes out of your hand.
Hmm.
It's not a terrible idea if you just need to draw, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now I will say, these are the 6 cards that you never want to see when playing this card here. When you play that card, if you see those cards, you're crying. Um,
And it doesn't happen often, you were
it
saying.
doesn't happen often, but it did. The one time it did happen to me, I lost that game because I instead of so I actually very much misplayed, and it was my fault.
Mm,
I didn't have any other rookies in my hand, and I thought like I would see another one, so I played this raw and saw Mimi.
oh damn.
If I'd have just Digiburst or Digivolved here, I'd have drew it and just played Mimi and gave him 4.
I feel
I'm an
you.
idiot. That's just my fault. That's just my bad. I just wasn't thinking. It was just I
Sometimes
saw
you can get lost in
I
the
tunnel
sauce.
vision. I tunnel visioned. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
I tunnel visioned and I just played it. I raw played it and I got punished for it. I got
right.
punished hard for it. I lost the whole game. Um,
When there's a choice to just digivolve, just digivolve.
yeah, just digivolve if anything. If you digivolving and then pat, like
Yeah,
you don't have to hard play anything if you don't want to. Just but I was hard brick that turn for rookies. But these are the cards you don't want to see
when you top deck, yeah.
when you top deck with Tento line because 6. But the thing is that 6 out of 45, 6 out
Right.
of 45
That's a good number to be
is a
at in
good number.
general, in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, no,
So
thanks again, Finn, for just allowing me to have your deck profile on my channel and all that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody can just think and come up with some more ideas thanks to your explanations and etc.
Yeah, there was actually another green deck that was there that I saw. He was playing next to me. I had no idea what it was, but it looked like he was playing Mimi and Izzy, and I thought it was a dope idea.
You
um
might play it like at one or something.
yeah, if I like I said, this card here, I could take this card out, play Mimi and Izzy, and if they have a suspended Digimon at the end of the
Right.
turn, I get +2.
Right.
But the chances of that happening are so slim that I just don't use it. That's the only reason I don't use it.
Right.
But that deck seemed like it uses it very well.
All right.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
that's the
man.
deck profile, man.
Thanks again. I really appreciate it allowing me to show off this winning deck list to the world, to the internet, and all
And
that.
so, some lasting thoughts, real
Oh,
quick,
oh,
because
very good.
this is very similar to Max Tapera. He topped Evo
Yeah.
Cup with with almost this exact same list. There's one card different that we have.
What is
He
it?
has
Lylamon?
yes. I have a Woodmon. Where did it go?
It just
Oh,
disappeared
there
because
it
you
is.
want to talk about it. Oh, there
I
it
have
is.
a Woodmon, and he has a Cherrymon at level 5. That's literally the only difference in cards
Right.
between the two decks. So I guess if that would help anybody to tell you how good this deck is. He placed
Someone
first in Evo Cup with it,
like
and
I think
I
it's
only
like
changed one
500.
card.
It's like
512 cap.
right, and it's like
First
500
place.
players. It's like what's really like screwing with me is the fact that this deck is just popping off consistently in like short periods of time. So we
Mhm.
just talked about how he just topped an Evo Cup, and then I see like I keep getting notifications about people winning store championships for Rafflesimon, and then now this deck profile video, right? And like that's what's screwing with me. It's like I'm seeing it everywhere now because people are realizing that green isn't, because there's a like stigma, with when
Mhm.
green got hit with the restriction list, no one wanted to either play it. It's extremely cheap, this, that, and the other,
Correct.
and now it's just popping off left and right because everybody was just sleeping on it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's because and I think it's because of how good it is versus Lord Nightmon.
Right,
Because Lord Nightmon, to get going, he has to swing, and when you swing, you're playing right into Nidhogg.
right. And
And
where Felicia just says you can't do that. You just can't
exactly,
even
we're
turn it
Rafflesimon, you can't
sideways.
even you can't even swing it.
You can't attack. You can't block until until the opponent's next turn. Blah blah
Now,
blah. But yeah,
I will say though, if you brick against yellow, and you can't get going fast enough, they will stomp you. They
right.
will stomp all over you. Oh my goodness.
It's a good matchup, but you really have to like see your pieces. Or if you're both bricking, it's great. But it's like if
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not and you are, it's just
Because if you're bricking, you're just getting pieces, and you're probably just biding time. If they brick, they can't hard play a lot because a lot of their hard plays are in response to something that you do or a trigger off Lord Knight.
right. But yeah, no, like again, thanks again, bro. That's it for the deck profile. That's it for the video. Good luck to everybody and like future store championship tournaments. I hope that this video helped with your green control deck. And yeah, peace.